very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Tuesday, October 6th, 2020, and some crazy news, some big news on the Barstool front before we get going. Congrats to Erica Nardini for being named to the board of the WWE. That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Kate Barstool, Hard Factor guest host, previously announced her pregnancy. Congrats to Kate. And intern Bubba, congrats to intern Bubba on making the YouTube videos much better with graphic inserts. So we're told that the videos are a large improvement. Thank you, Bubba. So.
Yeah, we have a ticker now. It's amazing.
Yeah. In no particular order of importance there.
I think Erica probably takes the cake on headlines with that. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. She's at the WWE.
Both are huge. Yeah. YouTube's third, but I was joking. It's still important.
Right. Well, I'm saying just in terms of like the business world.
Right.
That the waves of her joining the WWE will be felt throughout the business world.
I love that
like
move.
The entertainment world, probably. So
yeah, good move by the WWE.
And yeah, let's figure out what that means for tickets, specifically related to us and when the WWE comes through San Antonio.
Yeah, and Austin.
Good point.
They've done a couple rumbles in
Do
San
they go
Antonio,
through Austin? I feel like it's always San Antonio.
They do. No, well, they do like a Raw tape. Well, when COVID, when COVID's not around, they do like Monday Night Raw tapings in Austin a lot. But the big pay-per-views would be in San Antonio.
I feel like maybe that she can cut us a deal now with the Macho Man stuff. Some like we can suck,
No, I think we leave that stone unturned, William. I don't know what you're talking about.
I like where Will's head's at. Though.
Don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so just leave. We'll pretend we never said
that. There's a permission,
but maybe
forgiveness situation there that I don't want to go any further.
On the side,
maybe she can bring the Macho Man back to life with this.
Now, if she could do that,
yeah.
Nice. We start there, then Jesus, then Mother Teresa, then one of the founding fathers to see if we're getting this whole Constitution thing correct.
Macho Man first.
Bring back, yeah.
All right. Well, we got two big stories and then a lightning round of other stories to finish it off strong. Pat, get us going.
Gentlemen, at least 13 people in Trump's circle have tested positive for COVID-19. Here's the full list as of the time of this taping. We have the Donald, obviously, Melania Trump, Hope Hicks. By the way, for Melania, that's got to be real tough being quarantined with Donald because you know that they're not really together when they're together at the White House. Now they have to be together. It's got to be a trying time. Hope Hicks, Kayleigh McEnany, Nicholas Lunas, the assistant to the president, Mike Lee, the senator from Utah, Tom Tillis, the senator from North Carolina, Ron Johnson, senator from Wisconsin, Kellyanne Conway, Chad Gilmartin, who's the assistant press secretary, Caroline Levitt, Bill Stepien, who's Trump's campaign manager, Stipend, Ronna McDaniel, the RNC chairwoman, and Chris Christie. Also got Claudia Conway.
Haven't heard a lot of news about Chris Christie, have we? Do you have an update
Other than
on
he's
him?
positive.
He's fine.
He's fine?
Is he?
He's not liking the hospital food.
He checked himself into the hospital, but he's releasing like statements from there.
Chris Christie to me seems like, you know how like homeless alcoholics, they have a resting like BAC of like 0.25, which would like almost like annihilate anyone else. I feel like Chris Christie's oxygen level is always at 90% or below, so it's hard to tell whether COVID's affecting
you think
him
he was
or not.
Wheezing before?
Oh, he has breathing problems on a 7-day-a-week basis.
Asthma, actually.
Right. So I mean, like, it's kind of hard to tell if COVID's doing anything to Chris Christie or not. He just has bad oxygen levels.
What do you feel like his weight is currently?
422.
No.
There's no way it's 420.
He's a short guy. He's a little guy.
He's above 270, I bet.
Most of it's in the fupa,
above
that's
270.
Sure.
Below his waist, he's above 270.
My favorite Chris Christie is when he shut down the beaches and then he went to a private beach, just him and his lady. That's vintage Christie.
That is good. Well, the bridge too.
The bridge was good.
Yeah.
Whatever happened with that? So he was the one, right? Was he fucking with the bridges? I forget exactly what happened.
He got in super amount of troubles, and then he didn't last much longer is what happened after that. He was trying to run a test to see how long it would take people to get in and out of New Jersey when he shut down the bridge at rush hour.
I thought it was a political thing, where he was trying to make someone look shitty, the mayor of a certain town.
Well, there's some rumors, but the official statement is he was like trying to see like how quick people could get in and out, I think. Yeah.
Well, if he survives COVID, you got to say people are going to be feeling good to see that.
Absolutely.
People are going to be pre-existing condition. People are going to be pretty excited about
I'm
that.
throwing a party, indoor party with all my friends if Chris Christie survives COVID.
If in fact the COVID deniers are having trouble right now with COVID, like if they're fighting it so hard, because it's one thing to die. It's another thing to look like a fool. Some say one is worse than the other. Guys,
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, if you denied COVID and you were actually being affected by it deeply, like, you'd be fighting to pretend that it didn't affect you at all so hard.
Are any of these people COVID deniers?
Not COVID deniers. They're COVID down players. Some of them, McEnany, Trump.
DPers.
Yeah, they're down players. They're COVID down players. Guys, also, Claudia.
Economy openers, right? That's what they're...
Is that what they call them? Yeah, to each their own.
EODPs.
Claudia Conway, the 15-year-old daughter of Kellyanne and that other guy, also has COVID. I'm putting her outside of the Trump circle COVID bubble because she would be the first to tell you that she's not within Trump circle. While she's spray painting "fuck Trump" on the insides of her bedroom wall. That girl has made the angst of teenhood just visceral. I mean, like if you turn on her TikTok, you remember what it's like to be angry in 15. Guys, as we mentioned yesterday, Trump took a victory lap around Walter Reed Hospital to wave to all of his supporters that had gathered to see him. A lot of people were upset about which. So Trump responded on Twitter, "It is reported that the media is upset because I got into a secure vehicle to say thank you to the many fans and supporters who were standing outside of the hospital for many hours and even days to pay their respects to the president. If I didn't do it, media would say rude." And it's the media who's giving him a hard time about it. And it wasn't just the media, though, guys. According to sources, quote, Don Jr. thinks that his dad is acting crazy related to the Walter Reed victory lap.
Don Jr. didn't like the victory lap? Where'd you
No,
find
I
that?
mean, who would if your father's fucking potentially in the hospital, or your father's in the hospital for a potentially life-threatening illness, he's taking a victory lap, you'd be pissed
Oh,
too,
he's
probably.
nervous? Well, Trump, in Trump's defense, he was hopped up on steroids. They had just shot him up with steroids, and then he tweeted a billion things after he
All
did
caps.
the victory lap. I mean, it was just, he had a crazy day. They gave him a big steroid shot, and then he was just good to go after that.
Yeah,
So-
they should have done the plane to nowhere and tricked him somehow and been like, look, we're on this great victory lap. And he's just like, oh, great. They should have tried to trick him. But, it happened.
I mean, do you guys think that secretly? I mean, he had to have been a little worried with his age and
Not after the
his
steroid
overweight.
shot.
right? But you think some of that excitement is wow, okay,
Relief?
I survived this shit. Yeah, relief. Yeah,
of course.
relief.
Naturally. I think any human being that gets COVID, regardless of age, weight, sex, all the above, has a concern when they find out they have COVID, of course. That's
It's
natural.
like an AIDS
Right.
test result coming
Yeah.
back negative. He's got.
But
some
what we
Right.
saw
relief
here is
juice.
that you got to get treated quick. Because all
For
these
sure.
older people who caught it at this Rose Garden massacre, quote unquote, they all caught it pretty quick because they get tested all the time. They get treatment. They all appear to be doing pretty good.
Look, it's important to, if you have a ton of money and, you have great doctors, you usually end up okay in life. But not
Well, if you have
everyone has
healthcare, if
Not
you just
everyone
have
has
healthcare
that.
coverage in general.
I don't even have healthcare coverage.
We're going
Right,
to get
so
to
if
that,
you have-
guys.
right.
We're going to get
a
to
lot
that.
of people
but
don't.
Yeah.
Look at
If
Magic
you have
Johnson.
it,
I do want to
take care of
say
yourself.
it was reported by insiders that Trump was afraid of coming off weak, which is probably where the victory lap came from. And then one of his doctors who gave the medical report on Monday said that he's not out of the woods yet. However, Trump left the hospital yesterday after tweeting, "I'll be leaving the great Walter Reed Medical Center today at 6:30 p.m. Feeling really good. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. We've developed under the Trump administration some really great drugs and knowledge. I feel better than I did 20 years ago." So, yeah, after a 3-night stay at the hospital, you're good. Unless, of course, you don't
Steroid
have
shot.
insurance, with the average cost of a hospital stay being $9,727 a night, according to Business Insider, or access to a special waiver from the FDA to try experimental drugs, like our president did. But don't let COVID dominate you. Don't be afraid of it is a pretty insensitive thing to be saying right
I
now.
would,
Don't
not,
go-
I would
do-
not be able to do what he did. I could not possibly do what he did. I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Well, regular Americans can't do exactly what he did, but regular Americans, if they have health insurance coverage, which hopefully they do in most cases, can go in and get tested and get their treatment at their local facility as soon as they're feeling sick.
Which is good for him, but or for them. But, there are millions of people that can't do that.
100, and even if you have health insurance, it's not free to go to a hospital overnight. Whatever your crappy insurance might deduct, 40, 50, 60% of it, you're still looking at a multi-$1,000 bill for 3-night stay in the hospital.
I tried to get health insurance. I don't like the fact that you can't get it except for open enrollment. And I don't know if that's 100% from Obama's fucking Affordable Care Act or what, or now that
it's from all insurance.
It's bullshit.
It's from private insurance.
I tried to get
get
healthcare months ago, and I couldn't get it. You have to wait till fucking November 1st and it doesn't kick into January. I think that needs to change.
It's an imperfect program that needs to be adjusted, undoubtedly, guys. It appears that the French, coming to worldwide COVID news, the French have yet again been failed by their protection plans as the proverbial Maginot Line in the form of their COVID protection protocols didn't do what they expected it to do, as a little World War II reference there, where the French really failed. The Maginot Line didn't do its work, and the Germans just ran right through, putting the Germans in a position where they could bomb London directly. Not cool.
I didn't even know there was a name for that defense. I thought that was just called giving up.
No, they didn't give up. They just
it's called the Maginot Line.
Maginot Line. That was the line of bunkers that they built in their northern border.
More like the imaginary line. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nazis
that's what
walk
I'm talking
straight through
about.
that shit.
That's what I'm talking about, Willie. That is correct. Anyway, Paris is going to maximum virus alert on Monday, shutting down bars.
That sounds bad.
And social gatherings. Not good for Paris. On to vaccine news, guys. Trump says it's happening in October. Most scientists are saying that no way that's going to happen, and it won't be ready until next year.
This is October.
Yes, that's not happening, guys. And this is outside of the Russian vaccine, of course, which is probably ready to go. So hopefully we get that soon or not.
Sputnik
I don't know.
V,
What about Regeneron? Can we get our hands on that now?
Regeneron, I think that's what the FDA gave a special waiver for Trump to take. So no, you can't. But a cool name for a drug.
But can't they just emergency apply it like they did for all the other emergency drugs that they did? Because they've done 6.
Well, what they did, Will, is they took away the first line of defense or whatever for the FDA approval. So the drug can't go to market, but they were able to just go forward and test a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but you're allowed to use Remdesivir and
he got Remdesivir. He got Remdesivir. He got Regeneron. He got
can't
steroids.
they do that for Regeneron as well? For
I don't
regular
know.
people?
We'll see. We'll see, guys.
I'm sure they can.
Regeneron does sound great.
Yeah, if I have any disease and the doctor recommends Regeneron, I'm saying sounds like a great idea.
Regeneron.
I'm calling my wife and saying, light some candles. I got Regeneron. I got a pump full of Regeneron.
Exactly.
Do you want to take this new experimental drug, Clean Bill of Healthiton?
Yeah,
I think I'll try it, Doc. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Miracle Aid? Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the Regeneron seemed to help, but what really helped him was the dexamethasone or whatever, the steroid shot. The steroid shot is what got him going. You could tell based on his Twitter profile.
20 years younger. 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, we called that, right?
Steroids.
We said once he does all caps, that's when you know he's back, and that's basically that was the timeline when he shot off multiple all caps texts. That was when he was fine.
We will see. Obviously, hope that everyone, all 13 of the folks that have contracted COVID, are healthy and the spread stops. But we'll see. I mean, it's a major event that we're having all these high profile people contract in what they thought was a safe. I mean, they weren't wearing masks, but they are getting tested anyway. The thing can fucking spread, so be careful.
It definitely spreads fast, but on the good front, 90% of the deaths are 55 plus with major pre-existing conditions, and obviously all these elderly people getting it at one time.
Hopefully, one of them isn't being Chris Christie, because otherwise he's in big trouble. He has all of you name the condition, he's probably got it.
He's a walking pre-existing.
We got a fact check from Bubba. We see 310 pounds, which I thought. I mean, that's not bad for Chris Christie.
310.
Yeah.
Wow, he hides it pretty well. I thought he was lighter.
It's mainly in the front crotch area. I don't know if you
Your
say
reported weight is like how tall you say you are at the DMV. It
doesn't look good naked.
It's a little different.
No. if you're just staring at the front of his right where his belt is, you're thinking four bills, 450 maybe.
I actually heard that he's got a small human in his left pant leg, helping hold that thing up. I heard.
Yeah, that's his assistant.
It'll be a strong little guy.
We need to rescue that guy.
Yeah. He's got a nose plug.
He's got a stinky house.
He walks in perfect unison with his pants moving forward. You can't even tell this guy's good. He's amazing.
All right, before we move on to the next story, let's take a look at the predicted markets. and how they're reacting to all that COVID news that Pat just went over. Most notably, Arizona and North Carolina. I think we should look at those states. So overall, the overall market is about the same: 63 cents Biden, 39 cents Trump for the overall bet. But Arizona, there you see 68 cents Biden. There's a new poll out in Arizona showing him up 49-41 over Trump. So a lot of us have money on Arizona Trump because it's been Republican for decades. Anybody nervous about that?
For which one? Arizona?
The new poll, Arizona, 49-41 Biden is the new poll.
Well, I don't have any money in that one. I have money on Arizona being the closest state, so I'm good with that poll. Yeah,
So
I was
poll.
pumping Arizona as going Republican, but I don't have a stake in it.
Oh, okay. So you're just
Well,
you're gonna be
just
nervous?
in Texas and Georgia. That's it.
Oh, so you dumped all of that. Okay.
Yes, I dumped.
North Carolina, another place where I think you used to have money, West, that also moved over to Democrat, 53 cents for Biden.
That's surprising to me.
And Tom Tillis, the senator, he caught COVID. I wonder in North Carolina if that is a good time to buy low, and there may be a COVID bump for both of those gents.
Yeah,
in
and
that
some
state.
news I'm going to be covering later too about North Carolina is interesting. So,
Well, when's the last time North Carolina went blue? I mean, we're from just north of North Carolina.
The thing about
Virginia.
North Carolina is I believe a little bit more than half of their state is registered Democrats. So but the turnout is lesser in the Democrats than the Republicans
Interesting.
in North Carolina.
I'm just so used to North Carolina being red from living in Virginia. I don't know.
Two states to keep an eye on, though, for sure. North Carolina, Arizona. Lots of activity happening there. Lots of trading activity. Those things are changing leads all the time. Republican, Democrat. So keep your eye on there. Lots of money to be made when activities like that. Go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get your first $20 match on us in the stock market of politics. For me, it's kind of scary to think that either of these old fellas is going to be in charge for the next 4 years, but may as well make some money on it, lay some action on it while we have to watch it take place before our very eyes.
and to answer your question, Mark, North Carolina has voted Republican since 1980, except for in 2008.
Yeah.
They're pretty red.
And Obama was a fucking lightning rod. Like,
You don't think 2020 Biden is the same as 2008 Obama? No way.
Obama came through like a goddamn hammer.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
you wouldn't say.
Yeah.
Guys,
All
just so you know, it's 2.5 million registered Democrats, 2.1 million registered Republicans, a lot of unaffiliated, 2.4 million registered unaffiliated in North Carolina.
Yeah,
and
most
then,
of those
pretty
are
good amount of the
affiliated.
Libertarian Party as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, North Carolina, that's one to watch. All right, let's move it on to the wildfire update. And I am still fasting, still haven't ate today, 2 days in a row. Well, just a breakfast bar per day because I need to do a better job losing weight in the fatathon for cafirefoundation.org. And the reason I need to do a better job raising money for them is because now it has officially been the worst year on record again ever for wildfires in the state of California. So not only is it the record of wildfires, it's over 4 million acres burned, which is double the previous record of any year on record in California. So if you look at the,
Did that give
the
you like
image right there.
Did that get exactly? Did that give you like in terms of like is that like the size of France? Like how much?
4 million acres?
Yeah,
You
I
got to
don't
put
know.
in European context for me,
Right.
Will, or I don't get it.
Yeah, how many
I don't
Belgiums?
know.
How many Belgiums is this? Like 6
I
Belgiums?
don't know. Somebody do some math while I'm
got
telling
it.
you what it is. So over 4 million acres total in the state is burned. This image right here, it shows all the gray fires is what's been put out. All the red fires is what's still on fire.
It's a little
The whole
over half of
fucking
Belgium,
state.
guys. It's a little bit
Half
over
of
half
Belgium.
of
Half
an
of
entire
Belgium.
Belgium.
Wow.
Enormous. That's half of an entire country burned
Jesus.
in just this one calendar year. And so bad that one fire right now, the August Complex fire, is over 1 million acres by itself. It sits in between San Francisco and Oregon, and it's started from all those lightning fires that we had covered last month, and everything ended up meeting up and like basically forming like a super fire. So the blaze so far, that August complex has destroyed 242 man-made buildings, and people are hoping that cooler weather starting next week will help to sort of put out that fire, the huge one. Plus all of the other remaining fires for good for the rest of the year. So hopefully 4 million acres is like all we're going to get in 2020, but that's fucking insane. Smashing the record, doubling the record is just so crazy. So regardless of what happens in these elections, I just hope that, they start thinking of ways trying to reduce the frequency of fires. Who cares who's right? Just somebody do something about it. Whoever's in charge, do something. Make it quick. So anyhow, that's
I
the
agree.
fires.
All right.
Let's move on to some lightning round
No.
stories.
I thought I was going to go first because we got.
I knew this was going to happen. I saw the notes.
Yeah, you didn't.
You guys.
I got to go first because
Who's going first?
I got
It's good to be done, Will. And
I'm going
let
first.
These two idiots hash out who's doing the back end of the show.
Wes and I are about to take you through a lightning round, but we wouldn't be able to if it wasn't for the help of our amazing sponsors. And you already know who I'm talking about today. I'm talking about the company that can move you permanently up someone's favorite person list with the best possible gift outside of a kidney. That's Paint Your Life. If you get someone a painting for their birthday or anniversary or wedding, you will never be forgotten by the person that receives that painting, ever. Me personally, I suck at giving gifts, so much so that I would never think to get someone a professionally done painting. First of all, I would think, well, I want them to love me, but I can't swing 4 figures. Guess what, guys? You don't have to at paintyourlife.com, as it is very affordable. Not only that, you get to choose any photo or photos you want, as well as the artist. That you can pick the professional artist, and you work through every detail with them. That also happens to be an incredibly easy to use process, including their website. So easy that olds can even navigate it in a matter of minutes, which is good. It really is a quick and easy to use process where you can get the hand painted portrait in about 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks for a meaningful personal gift that will be cherished forever. That's a good return in my book.
Yeah, and before you move on, bringing up the elderly. Right. The corona is a time for them where maybe they haven't been able to spend their discretionary funds like they used to. Perfect time for them to stay inside and order a Paint Your Life gift for all their loved ones. So, they're really going to love this offer, I think.
Absolutely. You got the funds and you don't need a ton. Remember, go to paintyourlife.com. There's also no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. You're not going to need that. It's a professionally done world-class painting. Give me a break. Yeah. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. So tack that on. That's right, 20% off. Oh, yeah. And free shipping for the enormous painting. That's completely free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word FACTOR to 64,000. That's FACTOR to 64,000. Text all caps FACTOR to 64000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. And now, the lightning round. First up in the lightning round, guess what? NASA's Project Artemis that is scheduled to have people living on the moon permanently, even though there's fatal levels of radiation on the moon. This is supposed to be by 2024, has hit another snag, guys. Can you believe it? Outside of the moon not being
besides
habitable?
Besides the radiation that melts your skin on impact.
Yeah.
Was it someone raising their hand and being like, wait, why do we want people to live on the moon again?
What if we get cancer? They just kick them out. Another snag.
We send cancer people up there already. You got cancer, you can go to the moon.
Well, what if it has unexpected effects, like the radioactive spider in Spider-Man?
You turn into Captain Manhattan from
you're the giant blue guy.
Dr. Manhattan, sorry.
With a huge dong.
There you go. You get a huge dong growth and you're Dr. Manhattan.
Was potential. Would you take the risk?
It might fraction off into multiple peni. Well, this is the other snag, guys. I'm
not ruling it out, Beef.
You're at the bar. I got 3 of them. I was at the moon.
I don't know.
Should we take this home or
this? I don't want to show you boys. Well, I'm going to show you. Let's head to the urinal. A third party that analyzes the safety of NASA's missions has come back with some troubling news, guys. One of the members of the third party panel, who happens to be former NASA flight director Paul Hill, said the entire safety panel was apprehensive about the lack of end-to-end testing of the software and hardware used during these missions, from launch through landing. So they couldn't even get the ringer, the former NASA flight director, to say the first 3 Artemis missions are looking safe. Sounds like there's some Elon Musk level of pre-production testing going on here, and the rockets go boom. That's what's going to happen, it sounds like to me. Oh, by the way, the independent safety review team was implemented in late 2019 after the Boeing Starliner teams did not run end-to-end integrated testing and sent the Starliner spacecraft up to dock with the International Space Station last December, and it did not dock with the ISS and almost destroyed itself twice when 2 critical software bugs were found, and the ship only returned to Earth because of immediate emergency overrides on the ground level for these two critical bugs they found in production. Oh, and Boeing is the main contractor for the core component of the Artemis spacecraft.
Well, why do they keep giving Boeing
exactly
work?
Boeing doesn't.
They prove?
Well, I mean, don't. If you hire Boeing, don't hire their testing teams. At least.
Well, also didn't like the 737-800 Max like ruined the entire aeronautics like economy for a year.
That's what I'm saying, because they didn't test it, or they knew, or they might have even known there was a critical bug and they put it into production anyways. Well, they're back and they're building the backbone of the Artemis rocket, so give that launch a wide berth.
Fail.
If I was the first astronauts on this Project Artemis, I would probably go ahead and get my loved ones a Paint Your Life painting right now, because that's the last time they'll ever see you. Yeah.
So why are we going up there? What the fuck is the point?
I
of
have
doing
no
this?
idea.
Part of the
Because
idea, Wes, is that it'll be a staging ground for trips to Mars. That's part of the idea. The other part of the idea is potentially like mining space resources from the moon. It's also just because we built this whole thing called NASA, and they got to do something.
They have to do something.
That's it.
And Space Force now too. So it's like you got 2 space people.
Yeah, partially what
that need
Pat just
stuff
said
to
at
do.
the end. They're taking a lot of old defunct programs and then like using those resources that like got shut down after the last moon rush. And like Will said, we need like a base for Space Force. Maybe just plant them right on the moon. I don't know. Who fucking knows?
What
like a
a
waste of money.
deal! You want to be a space. What do they call Space Warrior? What was the name of the Space Cadet?
Definitely warrior.
Space Warrior,
Space
Commander
Warfighter.
Fighter.
Space Warrior.
Space Warfighter, I think.
Was that
the official name?
The budget for Project Artemis was increased by 12% in 2020.
Cool.
Yeah, great.
Good
right?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. All right, guys, got a mask incident to report on. This one coming from what is still perhaps the one place that everyone should agree you need to wear a fucking mask, that being on an airplane. Now I have to shout out United Airlines. My plane experience with my son was great. They handled us a little sanitizing wipes soaked in alcohol to wipe down our seats and armrests as we walked on the plane. It was not packed. Everyone was cordial. Besides, not having to wear a mask for a long period of time, it was a delightful flight.
Is it
But
still
that was not the case.
Still no drink service?
No, they had drink service.
He's sober, Mark.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
hey,
so
he
what
can
they
have
do-
a Coca-Cola. And I need to know.
Yes, so I was sitting, you had the seats right behind first class. So I think I saw some first class people getting some drinks. But what they did is they hand you out these little packets now with a water bottle, a little snack included. And they just
So if you go first class, though, you can get some.
I believe you can get.
I
some
flew
drinks in
first twice during the pandemic, no drink service in first. And I flew Coach United last week, and same deal, no drink service, just a water.
Yeah, just a water and a Stroop waffle.
Bring your own booze.
Anyway, it was fine. Yeah, for sure. But that was not the case on a Allegiant Air plane heading from Phoenix to Provo, Utah, where a fight erupted after a man wearing one of those plastic face shields and not a mask was asked by the flight attendant to put one on in addition to the shield. Have you guys seen these things? They look like a bunch of welders walking around airports.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like the one Andy Reid was rocking, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the Reed.
Yeah. Bubba, I don't know if you have the video of the fight to play. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there you guys go.
Oh,
You can
my
see
God.
our YouTube and it's
So
a
that
melee.
old guy getting manhandled is the one that was wearing the Andy Reid face
Yes,
mask, but not
yes.
a mask.
Right. And he got heckled by the guy in front of him because he was like, you're getting shit from the flight attendant, you idiot, put on a fucking mask. And that's when the fight broke out and the guy started jabbing him. It's pretty hilarious. But yeah, I mean, of
It's
course
like he had the accessory. He didn't have the primary. So like
I'm not keen on this. Why, if he's wearing the face shield, isn't that enough?
That's the
If Andy
accessory.
Reid wears it.
That's the accessory, not the primary.
right. He can still there's airflow underneath that thing.
Yeah, but if Andy Reid wears it, isn't it good enough for
It's
everybody?
like riding a bike with just training wheels, no wheels.
That guy looked like
You're not going to get very far.
That guy looked like he was from Wisconsin, and his blood is like flowing with beer cheese.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to wear a mask in addition to the face mask. Even on United, you can.
That guy knows his way around a pretzel.
On United, you can even wear.
Do not question that guy on pretzels. If you, yeah,
just some advice.
You better
can't wear
bring your A
masks with
game
the,
if you're baking
with the
pretzels with
air
him.
filters in them either. I don't know
Those
if you
won't
got
work
any of that.
either?
Nah, you got to wear no air, no like little vents on your air masks. You got to wear full face mask. So
Well, how did he get onto the plane in the first place if he didn't have a mask?
They see this guy wearing the fucking dumbass shield, and they're like, "Oh, he's probably good." And then they didn't look. He
To me,
must
it
have a
checks
mask.
out.
Because that guy doesn't stop for anyone.
because it's a Legionnaire too. I
He's
found
on the way to the next pretzel.
I found a one-way ticket from Phoenix to Provo for $33 on a Legionnaire. It's not. It's like you kind of expect a fight to break out if you're going to Legionnaire. It's
Yeah,
like,
you'd be
disappointed if you're not.
chinks in the armor with the
Right,
Legionnaire.
yeah.
They let him on.
Exactly. So he was escorted. The guy that was wearing the Andy Reid.
It's always
was
lively
escorted off.
Look, I love Allegiant. Very cheap flights from Reno to Vegas, and it's lively conversations. It's lively conversations on the focus.
You're going to Vegas.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, most Allegiant flights go to Vegas at some point.
Most
You're going to
conversations.
Vegas. The conversations are high.
Most conversation starts with the person telling you how long they've been out of jail for.
Right.
Can you believe
Luckily,
the
I'm on
state's?
probation, so I can go to Vegas.
Can you
right
believe
now,
the
so.
state's paying for this flight for me to
Yeah,
get home?
exactly.
I shouldn't be on this flight.
It's our anniversary. It's your anniversary? What you guys got of your marriage? No, of my release day.
Right. Yeah. So that's.
You ever seen the movie Con Air?
Yeah. Oh, all right. That's it.
Lightning round?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
So the guy got kicked off the plane.
He got kicked off. Yes, I was trying to say that. Yes, he got kicked off. The other
that's
guy,
it.
the heckler, was able to stay. Yep.
All right, so you're closing the show, Wes. This
Yep,
one's pretty
got it.
short. Guess what, guys? According to a report in the Journal of No Shit Duh, Americans are drinking at a much higher rate in 2020. Women, in particular, are drinking even more so in a higher tick than men. This one study says they're up 17%, I guess, from last year. And people aged 30 to 59 are up 19%. So women and youngs are getting smashed. And they decided
Moms.
they decided to do a report on this. And the study took place outside of Total Wine. That's it. There's
sense.
nothing else story.
Basically, to me, that sounds like the moms are locked at home with their kids all day, so they're drinking more wine.
Yes,
to
for sure.
To counteract.
For sure.
Yeah. You don't have to drive anywhere. The wine goes up.
I keep getting that ad targeted to me. That's like, new study says men should only have one drink a day, or like having more than one drink a day is very dangerous. I'm like, stop following me around the internet, Dad.
Right. That's when you reply with the meme of like DJ Khaled with the double, triple Magnum champagne bottle. That's like one
single.
drink. Yeah, one drink is like a 80 ounce bowl. Yeah,
It's hard to reply to an ad. I've been trying to figure out how.
you should figure that out. Those bastards.
Make my own ad.
Yeah,
You're going to start interacting with all the ads.
it's like giving it to someone on the sales line that's trying to call you. You fuck with them. The telemarketers. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, last story. Democrats are, of course, hoping to take back the Senate and have been eyeing North Carolina as a prime state to win back a seat. But now North Carolinian voters, Jesus Christ, shouldn't have put that word in there, are facing a sex scandal in the race over there, and it's a huge race, the largest Senate race as far as money, largest in spending, only behind the presidential race, almost $100 million bucks, raised. Yeah, it's a big fucking race. So Cal Cunningham, the Democratic challenger, looking to unseat incumbent Republican Tom Tillis, who we mentioned before, he got COVID, announced it Friday from the massacre at the Rose Garden. And a few hours later, a sexting scandal broke. Yeah. Cal Cunningham is leading Tillis by around 6 points in the polls, but now, seeing as how a sex scandal broke and he is a man who is capable of lying to and cheating on his own wife, God knows what he's capable of doing to the citizens of North Carolina. So let's look at some of the sexts, which are pretty fucking lame and prude. Let's take a look. He asked his lady, are you historically sexy every day and night? And she says,
Oh,
"When
no,
can I see
you are. He tells her
Yeah.
she is historically sexy.
Oh, you are historically, yes. And then when can I see you? I want to kiss you. He says, and I kiss back a lot. And then she,
Hell yeah.
This guy is a fucking nerd.
Oh, my God.
I'm buying Tillis in this race right now.
yeah. She then wants him to get away from
Wait, I want to hear Wes read it.
Yeah. So she says, get away for a night soon. The longer we wait, the crazier fall schedules will get. In the spirit of the, quote, I like what I like, quote, on your adorable video, I operate under the I want what I want approach, and I want a night with you. He says, sounds wonderful. I want that too, very badly. And then she says, well, make it easy for you.
This guy's
texting game is terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. She says, we'll make it easy for you. I have flexibility this month. Done with school. She's done with school, training, big RFPs, etc. So the only thing I want on my to-do list is you. And then he says...
That's where he says, I'm going to take you to school.
No. He says, sounds so hot and so fun.
That's where he should have put in a request for a proposal to
detention.
Get a beager.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They then start talking about like a kid that he met of hers like a long time ago that's now 8 years old. It got really weird.
It's unbelievable he has not gotten to Beecher yet. It's frankly shocking that he just is like agreeing with her. That does sound lovely. I would
he backed it off. He made it unsexy because he said happy belated birthday to Matthew Cannon. Matthew cannot believe he's 8 years old already. He was so little when we met. Like, what is he doing there?
This guy's got problems, man. Who says historically sexy? Like,
what does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, like who are you trying to
like
woo?
Audrey
like Ruth
Hepburn.
Bader Ginsburg? Like, I don't understand.
I like it when you send me pictures in black and white, baby. Put that filter on.
He's a little bit prude.
I mean, he's obviously a history guy if he's a politician. So maybe he's also
has a fire emoji in his name. This guy's a strange dude.
No, that's how she saved his phone.
That's how she saved.
She saved his phone number.
Fire.
He doesn't put a fire emoji in his name.
But yeah, so he put out a statement saying, quote, I have hurt my family, disappointed my friends, and I'm deeply sorry. The first step in repairing those relationships is taking complete responsibility, which I do. He has 2 teenage daughters, a wife. I guess we'll see how bothered, by the cheating and lies Democrats really are.
This guy's done, dude. This guy's done. Cheater, and the other guy gets a COVID bump. This is over.
Do we have any idea who he was sexting with?
No.
I wouldn't even call this sexting, honestly.
No, it is just nerd. It's just him. It's more exposing him as a nerd is the biggest.
Thank God he doesn't have COVID. Otherwise, 3 women in North Carolina would have it too.
This is
fucking nerd.
I mean, it's terrible sexting, but it's definitely inappropriate for a married man for sure.
For sure.
Run for Senate.
It shows that he's willing to philander, but it also, more importantly, just highlights how nerdy of a sexter he is.
Yeah. So, all right, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor.
Send us your non-nerdy sex DMs that you guys send, and we'll read them on the air.
That'd be great.
Well, how did that guy not use a single like profane word?
Yeah,
how do you sext and then not like use any curse words at all?
There were 0 eggplant like emojis. Like, how's he not referring to his penis that entire chat?
He says he kisses back a lot.
I'll kiss you a lot.
I kiss a ton. I'm the biggest kisser you've ever had. I'll kiss you more than anybody's ever fucking kissed you in your life. You'll be covered in kisses.
You're gonna be surprised how often I can kiss in between sips of hot chocolate. I kiss a lot.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that race. It's a big one if the Dems hope to take back the Senate. So pretty
I just
important.
bought his challenger just based on the sex. No chance a guy with that kind of game is winning an election.
I want a guy like that. I want a guy like that who can't excel at anything other than his job. Like,
you're historically sexy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think kiss a ton.
That's a good idea, Will. This might turn off some North Carolina voters realizing what a lame sexter this guy is.
Oh yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. That's not good. You don't want that coming out in the middle of
Anthony
of a
Weiner is shaking his head at this dude. Anthony Weiner just can't believe this guy's lack of dick talk in the text threads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
She bought into it though. She goes, pick a day, city, make up an excuse for the fam, ditch a staffer, starch your white shirt, and be ready to kiss a lot.
Yeah.
She bought into it.
She's like, I can't wait for you to pound my asshole in 3 days. I'm really excited for it. And he was like, well,
but I'll keep it PG because you like to talk about kissing a lot.
Right. Only if Matthew's okay with it.
Right. You remember Matthew? He's 8. Son. I can't believe he's so big. He was so little when we met.
I hope Matthew doesn't hear us kissing.
would make my day to roll over and kiss you about now. Nervous about the next 100 days.
Fuck this guy. Loser.
See? He's done, right? All right. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Hey, we've got a special guest coming up on the radio. Tune in at 10 Eastern. We got Jeff Nadeau, big man on campus, going to talk some gambling with us. We will have an update on the Fatathon coming out Wednesday morning. We're going to weigh into today, and we'll let you know those results on tomorrow's pod, right? Yeah. And we'll give you some more
That's
information.
easy to follow.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard to follow, wasn't it? Okay. Just tune in. Just tune into everything, and you'll be covered. Just tune into everything, and you'll be covered. And most importantly, have a great fucking day.
A lot.
We just want to kiss y'all.